or you can go to this. You can go here, look for a picture. I know the right one to pick. First go there, move it, then you can paste it there. As you can see, it worked. It brought it out. So resize it. You can see that it brought it out as a smart object. Then delete it. So there are two types of smart objects. There is the place embedded, the smart object which is embedded, and the smart object which is linked. So I'm going to use this example. Put this example like when they call Wi-Fi and you're using Wi-Fi and using the mobile data. So when they call using the mobile data, when using your own mobile data, it's only you that is using it, unless you use hotspots. So when you're using your mobile data, if your account balance finishes, it only affects you. But in Wi-Fi, so many people are using it, so many people connect to it. When the Wi-Fi stops, everybody's connection stops. When the Wi-Fi increases, everybody's connection increases. So those are the difference. So place embedded talks about the mobile data which you have on your phone, and the place link talks about the Wi-Fi which is linked to so many people. So as I've talked about place embedded, the usefulness, let me talk more about it before I go to the place link. Like I said, it shows a smart object shows non-destructive editing, and by that it means whatever work you do on it will still show there. So let me give an example. Like I say, filter. This is a filter. So whatever you do here, if you do anything here, if you want to blur it out, okay. So this is an effect. This is called an effect. So as you can see, they call it smart filters. So it gives me the chance to be able to choose if I can reset it, and if I want to reset it, I double click and I can decide if I can remodel it. So as you can see, I could still remodel it, but if I use a layer, let me show you. If I just use a normal layer and I now filter it, give it the Gaussian blur like I showed you, if I click OK, as you can see, it worked on it straight. That is all. This is the normal picture, this is the layer. As you can see, it just blurred it all out. So that is another function of the smart layer. It does non-destructive editing. So it means whatever you edit on it, you can still remodel it, you can still change it, unlike the normal raster layer. So as I've said before, the smart object keeps the quality of the picture, while the raster layer it blurs it out. Now I've seen another one that it promotes non-destructive editing. So now that I've talked much about the smart objects, I'm going to talk about the smart object embedded. Now I'm going to add smart object linked. So as you have seen it, a smart object embedded, whatever is done here affects the smart object. So there's one thing I have to say, is that when I copy it, which is Ctrl J, as you can see, this I brought 3 out. Let me move them. So as you can see, there are 3 pictures. So if I change just one, cancel, I'm supposed to click the icon. If I change just one, let's see, let me just give it let me just paint it. I'll paint the side. So let me just give it one more. if I save it, if I now go back, as you can see, let me show you more. It affected all three, and you knew that I just did one. I just did this one. So if you copy it, the same smart objects are linking to one particular photo, so they will all work together. Whatever you do will all work together. But if you want to do a unique one, then you do it. I mean, you right click. When you right click, you click on shift, then right click. You right click, then you check, you look at this one called new smart object via copy. So it will copy it, but it will give it a new reference. So when you give it, when you paint it in another way, let me save it. If you look back, as you can see, wait, let me go back. As you can see, if I move it, now this is the first one. This is the first one, as you can see. So it didn't affect it. This was the second one that I did it. So by using new smart object via copy, I was able to make it different. Even though they were the same pictures, I was able to make it different. So that's something. If you want it to work together, you just copy it and paste it. That which is Ctrl J. Ctrl J, copies and paste. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about the place link, the smart object linked.